What is up, boys? Welcome back to another episode of the InControl podcast. This time, James isn't here, so I have to do the intro. I'm here with Jason,
Was
and yeah, today we're gonna get through an episode real quick. Basically, James went camping, so he's abandoned us for now.
criminal, man.
Um,
Can't stick by the boys.
exactly. But today we're. It's been a while since we've done the last podcast. I don't know when the last one came out, but we recorded the last podcast like the 28th of um July, so it's the 11th of August. It's been a while. First we're going to talk about Canada at the Olympics, mainly the last game because I think we might have talked about the US game last podcast. Then we're going to talk about TFC, a little bit of York United, then some transfers. Obviously there are a few major transfers that have happened over the last few weeks. And then we got Premier League predictions because they're back. Um, I didn't realize it was coming this quick, but it is what it is. So let's jump straight into it. Canada at the Olympics. It was such a nice game. I actually woke up at 8 o'clock to watch it. I kind of expected it to be the night before at 10 o'clock, but they decided to switch it up on us real quick, like a few days before the game. And Sweden obviously opened up with a goal. I think their Cam scored. I forget her name. And then Canada got a penalty, scored it. Jesse Fleming, absolute masterclass. And then the game went to penalties, and just gotta look back because I do not remember the order of who took it and who scored. But it was a really nice game to watch the entire way through. Um, I really like the way Beverly Priestman coached the team. But let's see here. Oh, it doesn't even tell me on SofaScore. That is so annoying. Um, Canada female. Okay, so they missed their first penalty. Then Jesse Fleming stepped up, took hers, scored. So we were 1-0 up. Then they scored. Ashley Lawrence missed. Then they scored again to make it 2-1. Then Vanessa Gile, who had an amazing game, by the way, shout out. She missed her penalty, though, but she played well the entirety of the game. Then they missed theirs. Uh, Andrea Leon missed theirs, which apparently my mom knows someone who's related to her from work, which is pretty cool. Then they missed another penalty. It was 3-2 on penalties, which was kind of crazy considering how long it went for. Then Diane Rose, Deanne, I'm pretty sure the way it's spelled. She converted on her penalty. She played well in the second half, really quick, very strong. She played very well. Um, then Anderson fucked it for Sweden, and Julia Grasso should have probably been saved, but it ended up in the back of the net. We'll take that. Canada won their first gold medal in women's soccer, and honestly, it's probably the best way to let Christine Sinclair retire on. I mean, it's not quite a World Cup, but I think we'll still take it. Um, I know some Americans were chatting shit that we beat them. Um, but it is what it is. We won. They can't take it back. It is what it is. Next, we got Toronto FC. Um, we were actually at the last game against New York City FC, but in between when we were talking, in between podcasts, they tied 1-1 to Nashville. I think it was pretty uneventful. I think that was like Richie Laria's first game back after the Gold Cup and all that. Then we got smacked 3-0 to Philadelphia, which I didn't watch the game. I think I was at practice. I started watching it like 75 minutes in. But that was pretty interesting. And then the Toronto New York City game was insane. Uh actually James and I went to the game. I don't think we could vlog at games, so we didn't bring our GoPros and stuff. But it was pretty interesting. We were 2-0 down before half. We were like, okay, well, we're screwed at this point. We made two subs. I forget who got subbed. I know Achara got subbed on. shout out to him. He was absolute class. I forgot the second guy who got subbed in. I think we made a double sub at halftime. But anyway, um, Larea popped in with a goal like probably 5 minutes after halftime, and then someone sent a Chara through, and he sweated to Pozuelo for an easy tap in to make it 2-2. And then Richie Larea right after that, like probably what 2 minutes after that, missed a wide open net, like yeah, at about the penalty spot, which was unfortunate, but swings and roundabouts. And actually, Richie Larea, when he scored the first goal, he grabbed the ball, brought it over to half, and he just smashed his head into the ball when he got to half. I was like, what the fuck? That was the most skinhead thing. And obviously, Richie Larea doesn't have a skinhead. Um, yeah, it's been a while since I've done a podcast, so this is gonna be rough. Next, York United. Obviously, we were at the game, but I think we talked about that last podcast. I still got the scarf in the background over there. But we beat Forge in Hamilton. That was pretty interesting. Obviously, Zader was able to play because they overruled the red card decision. The board, I guess, the like head board of the Canadian Premier League, they said that it was clearly a dive. Like when I was at the game, I saw that it was a dive, but I guess the referee had a different angle. It is what it is. And then we beat Halifax in Halifax 2-3. I think we got a last minute winner. I'll just double check right now. But I think we did pretty well there. Yeah, right with the Max right. Isn't no, it's a Lowell right. Sorry, I saw Max Ferrari pop up when I swiped down. But yeah, Lowell right with the last 90th minute winner. Max Ferrari got man of the match. I'm pretty sure he got a few assists, and obviously Mike Petrasso played. He's my favorite player. He's got to start more often. Um, Overall though, really good from the team. Next we got some transfers. Wow, this is actually going really fucking quick. Mainly because I think I'm talking way too quick. Jason, how do you think I'm talking? Pretty fast.
No, I think it's good.
All right, all right. Next, we're going into the transfers. This is going to be a little interesting because obviously we've got two big transfers recently. One of them is obviously colossal. The other one, not so much. First, I'm going to go through like the softer ones. One, Adam Armstrong from Blackburn to Southampton. I think this is probably the best low key transfer this week. Obviously low key because like Grealish and Messi, but Adam Armstrong, I've known he's been a good player in the championship for a long time. I think he came second top goal scoring last season. Don't quote me if I'm wrong though. But I think that was good transfer for Southampton. Obviously they lost Danny Ings to Aston Villa. I almost said Aston Martin because Jason and I were talking about F1 before the podcast. But he's a good little player. He's well rounded. Not quite the fastest, but he has a little bit of pace on him when he wants. Next, we got Mateos Pereira to Halal, which is the team Giovinco plays. Our Lord and Savior Giovinco plays on. For you guys who don't know, Mateos Pereira had a really good season from West Brom after obviously he played at Sporting before, but I was kind of surprised when I saw that he was moving, considering it's the Premier League, and I thought he wanted to prove himself there. But I guess the money at in Dubai is just too much for him to decline. Next, we got I had to do it to him. Jack Grealish to Manchester City for 100 million euros, I think. In and around there. I think it might go up to like 120 with add-ons and stuff based on like performances. But I mean, I've said for the longest time that I want a striker, and we didn't quite get our striker. I still want Harry Kane, but it's as the days are progressing, it's looking less and less likely we'll be able to get him. Um, but obviously Jack Grealish is an amazing player. He had a really good season for Aston Villa before getting injured, and then um, he came back later in the season, picked up right where he left off, to be completely honest, and led England obviously to the Euro finals, which they did lose, unfortunately. I think Grealish is going to be a good player. I don't know what this says for the whole team, because obviously we have Sterling, who mainly plays out on the left. Foden plays on the left or on the right. We just got a bunch of wingers. I think we might have to move on. Obviously, he could play in the midfield, but I think he's going to stick out on the wing, especially for the first season, considering he's played out there for Aston Villa for what? How, like, he's been playing there for like almost 20 years, but like the 10 professional years or whatever he's got under his belt. I think he's been playing mainly as a left winger. I'll double check for you guys just in case. Transfer market. Yeah, so it lists his main position as left winger. Obviously, he could play right wing and attacking midfield, but he looks very dangerous on the left wing. He signed a 6-year contract with Manchester City, ending on technically it's 5 seasons, I think. I don't know, 5 or 6 seasons. It ends 2027. Like he's 25. We have him until he's 32. I think it's a good business. Um, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, he is a left winger. He's probably gonna play left wing for at least the first season, and then he'll start to move in the midfield more at training and stuff, and then maybe he'll adapt to play as like next like Kevin De Bruyne and all that. And now the transfer that everyone's talking about, even Jason knows about this contract, this transfer.
This is a big deal, man.
This is a huge deal. Lionel Messi to PSG. Now, I don't know about you guys, but
I got something to say about this, man. I don't even
you
know
want
too
to
much
go? You
about
want to go
soccer.
first? You want to go first?
Well, like you were saying, well, how would you say what you think about, aging Messi versus other, you know,
Yeah, I mean, like, I think this is good business, obviously, for Messi because he keeps on playing soccer at a top level. Obviously, France isn't exactly the best league. We all know that it's not as competitive as the Premier League. It's not even the Liga's more competitive. Um, Italy's more competitive. Now it's starting to turn into a more of an attacking league. The Italian league instead of the defensive league that everyone knew it as previously. And even Germany. Germany has some top teams there too. Obviously, France have top teams too. I'm not shitting on all the teams, but like if you look at the bottom half throughout all of the top 5 leagues, I think France has arguably the worst, the like shittier teams.
least good?
Yeah, least good. Um, Let me just look at the rest of PSG's team while um Jason could talk about it.
Yeah, I don't. From like the PSG standpoint, if they're not buying Messi for like this star power in terms of like playing ability because he is aging,
Mm-hmm.
it's still gonna bring a lot of Messi fanboys over, turn them
Yeah,
into Paris fans, and also it's gonna like strengthen the team within. Like maybe someone else lived in Paris and they weren't too crazy with the soccer team, but now they got arguably one of the best players of all time
yeah.
grace the soccer
I mean,
pitch
like even
on
if
their
you
team.
even if you look at it like from a social media standpoint, PSG, right? They gained
Mm-hmm.
23 million Instagram followers after Messi signed.
Yeah,
Like that is insane.
and for like how much is the contract? $30 million a year.
Yeah, he signed a 2-year contract for well, this is based off multiple things. I didn't do too much research on this
Mm-hmm.
episode, so clearly it's going to be more shitty
It's
and
all
probably
good.
a
Just a little
lot quicker.
speculation. Didn't hurt nobody.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm seeing that it's 2 million, sorry, 2 years, 35 million euros per year, which is kind of interesting because I thought he'd be getting paid more at PSG.
Yeah, same.
because I think he was getting paid like a million a week at Barcelona, and obviously he's not getting paid a million a week at PSG.
It's interesting that he went there. Like I thought that other clubs with
Yeah,
deeper pockets would have scooped him up.
I
Maybe
just
they,
think I think it's because he's aging, and he's
yeah, for
not
sure.
aging as gracefully as Ronaldo, obviously, and you could see it in the contract too, because obviously it's a 2 year contract. So even PSG
Hmm.
want to reevaluate him after those 2 years, or maybe
I think
after
they're.
a year.
I think what they're doing in terms of maybe not stacking their team to win
Hmm.
with like, you know, I
Oh,
mean,
they
like,
are
a
stacked. I'll go through their roster. They have a lot of big names.
yeah, no. What I'm saying is like this is going to bring them a ton of social clout
Hmm.
and more fan base, and I think that in the long term they're gonna, if money is the what they're after, they're gonna get it. Like
Yeah.
I think there's a good return on their investment coming out.
Hmm. I just honestly think looking at it right now, I think PSG was like the obvious option right off the bat. Not only because he played with a few of the players like Kylian Mbappe. I think they have an Argent like Leandro Paredes and all that, but it's like there's really no other place for him to go. PSG have so much money, and no one else really
Mm-hmm.
has money right now, right? If you think about big teams that have the money to be able to sign Messi, like who you got? Barcelona, they're what? $1.2 billion in
Billion in
debt.
debt.
I've seen between 1.2 and 1.4 billion with a B
Yeah, that's a big
in debt.
yikes. How's that even happen to you, man? That's just
And
crazy.
obviously they were gonna sign Messi, but then there's like La Liga rules where you
Well,
can't sign you can't there's like a salary cap, but it's like based on your salary cap from last year, I think. And basically all of their recent signings are probably not going to be able to get registered in La Liga because they would be breaking the salary cap.
yeah, but how much is like a team worth? Like few $100 million, probably, right?
Barcelona, or just like a
Well,
soccer team in general.
like your average soccer team, like that's like a
It's like
great.
hundreds of
That's
million. Yeah.
yeah. So how can you like be billions of dollars in debt? Like that's just
Because Barcelona is worth billions, and they like do whatever they can to stay up there, but they just don't have the talent to be able to compete.
they got no fan base.
Yeah, it's no, they have the fan base, just they don't have the players to compete.
They just can't pay off
And
their
they're trying to bring
debt.
in the players to compete, but because of all these players on insane contracts, they're not going to be able to. Like they have Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Neto, right? Both of them are top
Hmm.
goalkeepers, but obviously both of them are on insane contracts. If you look at their defense, you got Lenglet. I'm not even going to talk about the players who are coming in because they might not even get registered. You got Pique, Umtiti, Alba, Dest, and Sergi Roberto. All of them are on insane contracts, like obviously like hundreds of millions a week. Like they're getting paid a lot. Midfield they got Busquets, De Jong, Pedri, who's probably not getting paid as much as the rest, because considering he is 18 and he just broke into the first team. You got Pjanic, Coutinho. I'm not sure about Puig's contract, but it's probably not as high as Coutinho's, for example.
What is the salary cap?
I have no clue, but there's a lot of weird rules. It's not just like, oh, you can't be spending like 200 million a year on payroll. It's not like that. It's like based on like how much you're spending last year, I think.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. And the thing is, they're bringing all these players like Coutinho. They didn't even pay for most of his contract, apparently, or
They're
most of
probably
his
trying to like
transfer fee. Sorry.
they're probably trying to wind down the like crazy budgets of the big teams so the smaller teams can smaller market teams can compete, right?
Yeah.
Because if they just chopped it right away, I think there'd be a lot of discontent between
Hmm.
like the players and the
But I
teams that
feel like
want
they
to.
just have to like get rid of a lot of players because they're getting insane like they're paying insane money to get players and they're not selling anyone for insane prices. So they're just losing money. That's why they're $1 billion in debt. They paid how much for Ousmane Dembele? Bruh, they paid 135 million for someone who's always injured. And let me put that
Yikes!
into perspective.
Are
His market value is right now is 50 million, and they paid 130.
damn. Well, are they at least winning championships?
I no, they didn't even win La Liga last year
Yikes!
or the
Uh,
cup, I think.
Are they performing in any sense?
I mean, let's just look at last season, right? Um, where do I go for? Oh, that's Barcelona B. That's probably why I'm not exactly looking at
What
the
do you
same.
think about like other teams? Do you think they're in debt a significant amount? Like $1 billion is
Um,
insane.
I know Inter Milan is on the verge of liquidation to the point where they basically have to accept any bid for every player
Whoa.
because they're like about to. Yeah, it's like really bad. Is the I think I could just look at trophies and do it off that. Um. Oh, they won the Spanish Cup last year. Nice. Yeah, they won the
All right.
League Cup that no one really cares about, but they still won it.
So they're winning. Yeah.
Yeah, they're somewhat winning. They're still at the top of La Liga. You know, like they're still in the conversation every year to win it. They won it in 2018-19. That was the last time they won it. Um, yeah, Atletico Madrid have looked like they've probably taken their spot as like the top team. Even Real Madrid's still in the conversation, but it's close. And like obviously they've brought in Sergio Aguero on a free. Memphis Depay, was he a free? I think he's a free. Just check that. Yeah, free transfer. So now they're starting to work on free transfers. Emerson Royale they signed, but that was like I think they paid $9 million for him. Eric Garcia on a free. They're signing players, but it's their contracts that are fucking them. And even Coutinho, like I don't think they paid Liverpool all of the how much did he even go for? 135 million euros. Or yeah, euros.
Well, how do you think Messi joining PSG is going to affect them like
Bro,
their performance?
it's gonna devastate them because he was the one player that was kind of carrying them at certain points. And then also if you look at like how much Messi meant to them, like Messi felt like
Oh
it
yeah.
was like they were synonymous. It was Messi Barcelona like that. You know what I
It
mean?
is true, man.
Because
I really can't imagine it in any other color to be honest. And I'm not even
and
a soccer fan.
there's not too many players like that anymore. Like there used to be Francesco Totti. Whenever you hear his name, you'd think of Roma. I guess you could kind of say that about Jack Grealish before he transferred over to City. But like it was just there was a thing there, and now Messi's out of Barcelona, and the players are definitely gonna feel the
There's gonna be
pressure now.
heartbroken fans, man. They
Yeah,
probably grew up with Messi. You know, all they
mm-hmm.
knew was Messi.
And now there's
It's
no
just,
Messi, and now it's fucked. But yeah, if you look at the PSG team he's going into is absolutely fucking stacked. They just signed the goalkeeper who won the Euros and is probably one of, if not the best goalie in the world.
damn.
So they got him. They have Keylor Navas, who used to play on Real Madrid, but is now playing for them, and he's still very good, even though he's 34. Oh, and the best goalie in the world that I was talking about earlier, he's only 22 years old, so he's got a lot of time to get even better. They even have Sergio Rico, and he's decent, but now he's like third string. They might as well get rid of him.
So do you think France League is the wave now?
No, it's just this team is insane. They got
Are,
Marquinhos and Kempembe, who are both really, really good players. They even have Diallo as like a backup. Oh, sorry, I didn't even talk about Sergio Ramos yet. Do you know who Sergio Ramos is, Jason?
yeah, you were talking about him earlier.
Yeah, this guy's fucking insane. And it's kind of weird seeing him and Messi on the same team, considering they've been clashing heads together. Because obviously Ramos played on Madrid, Messi at Barca. It's going to be an interesting. I want to see how it works.
I assume they're just absolutely crushing it in that league.
Yeah,
right?
well, they didn't win last year, which is surprising. They actually
Embarrassing almost.
yeah, they lost to Lille. Lille ended up topping the French league, which is weird because they had a Canadian up top for most of the season.
Let's
Shout out
go. Rep
Jonathan
the
David.
boys.
Um, but yeah, they also signed Hakimi from Inter Milan for 60 million. Obviously, that's good for Inter Milan because they need money like desperately. Um, their midfield is also insane. They got Paredes, Pereira, Idrissa Gueye, Verratti, who just won the Euros, Wijnaldum, even Rafinha, Herrera, and then they got a bunch of youth too, like Xavi Simons, who looks insane. Everyone's been saying he's insane. But their attack is really
What's
where it
the
gets interesting.
coaching?
Who's coaching them?
Yeah, what's coach look like?
Mauricio Pochettino. He's probably like one of the best coaches in the world.
Damn, this is looking
Yeah.
like dynasty team, like the Lakers or something.
Wait until I get to their attack, because obviously they got Neymar. They just added Messi. They got
I
Angel Di Maria, Icardi, and Kylian Mbappe, who's probably one of, if not the best strikers in the world. I think Haaland's gonna be better than him, but Mbappe's there's I don't think there's anyone quite as fast
oh my,
as
I
Mbappe.
forgot about. Oh, this is gonna be the most bandwagon team. We're gonna see everyone walk away
It's
around
been the
with
most
fucking these.
bandwagon team for time. It's just now it's
This is
gonna become even more of a bandwagon team.
this is not. This is like when you play. I don't know if FIFA has this, but in like NHL, you can play like the Legends team versus like any
Uh,
other team, and it's like fucking all the world's history's best players
yeah,
with like rigged stats versus like fucking some like farm team. It's just
yeah,
absolute bullshit.
yeah. That's pretty much what's gonna happen in the French league. Um, can I even look see how much their entire squad is valued? Their total market value of all of the players is just under €1 billion. Now,
Barcelona's big mad.
just to put it into context for me, I want to see what Manchester City's is. Oh, Manchester City's is 1 billion. I think it's just because we have a few younger players. I don't know. That's actually weird as fuck. How the fuck is
Maybe they got
City
more.
worth more
They probably
their
have more
market value?
players.
No, we don't. I think we have less
Hmm.
players. I don't know. I think it's just because our squad depth is just insane. Oh, they also have like Yangel Herrera, who's never gonna play for City, most likely. Patrick Roberts, but he's only 2 million.
Yeah, if France isn't win and Paris is not winning championships after this is gonna be just
Yeah,
embarrassing.
it's gonna be a tough fight, honestly, between Manchester City and PSG. They've gotten a lot better.
Hmm.
City with signing Jack Grealish. Hopefully, we could sign a striker because Gabriel Jesus is not gonna be able to. I mean, he might, but he's probably not gonna be able to win us a Champions League, which is what we're hoping for. And to win the Champions League, someone's gonna have to beat PSG. I don't. There's not a lot of teams who are going to be able to compete with Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, and Di Maria, all attacking them at the same
Yeah.
time.
I think it's gonna work wonder for their like financial situation and like legacy because
But
this
they,
is I can't get over. This is gonna be it's gonna be like the Lakers. You see
yeah,
people who know nothing about like I'm gonna buy a Paris jersey. You're gonna see me walking around with a Messi jersey. All the Messi fanboys coming over. Like it's just gonna
yeah,
strengthen the whole brand over
and like
there.
PSG have also been like they've been doing like marketing campaigns and stuff to like get people to like buy their stuff because like they had a jersey because they're Nike, right?
Hmm.
So
Jordan.
obviously, yeah, they had Jordan jerseys,
Hmm.
and those were a pretty big hit if I remember correctly. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I saw him. I saw him like hand over the jersey to Messi. He like walked
hmm
out of some like I think stadium, and
yeah.
they like gave him like a scarf and a jersey, and it was Jordan.
Yeah,
I saw
and
it.
actually, to everyone's surprise, Neymar did not give up his number 10 jersey at PSG, and Messi's going to be wearing number 30, which is going to be a little weird,
Hmm.
but that's the number he
Why doesn't he
started at
go?
with with
Oh,
Barcelona. So,
I was like, why does he not go to 11 or something?
well, Messi's always going to be number 10, but it is what it is.
Do they retire jerseys?
Um, Yeah, they do, but it's not every team does it.
Barcelona big on that
Barcelona,
trend
I think,
right now.
will. And I mean, like, it's also trendy in, like, even, like, in Toronto, because, like, Kyle Lowry went to Miami Heat, and they are saying that his number is going to be retired when he retires, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I think he
he's
deserves
got
it.
he's got the biggest booty in all Miami.
Exactly.
Fuck all the BBLs and implants. Big booty Lowry. I gonna miss him, man.
Bro, I'm
The
gonna miss him
memes.
fucking dribbling down the court and the clap of his ass cheeks being louder than the fucking crowd.
Yeah, man. I just, yeah. I'm just gonna miss the memes. And
Yeah.
we got to make fun of him. Now everyone else gets to. Not
Yeah,
fair.
exactly. I mean, we could still make fun of him.
You know, it's not the same. It's like poking fun at your friend versus like poking fun at like some random.
Yeah. But
It's
I
not the
mean,
same.
did you hear what about the guy who we got in the trade? Because technically the Raptors signed him and then traded him. I think it was to like save the Heat money and like kind of like what the Leafs wanted to do with Zach Hyman.
Yeah. Another just
Yeah.
massacre, man.
And we signed
Uh,
Goran Dragic. We got him in the trade. I forget how old he is. He is like
let's keep talking. Let's keep pushing on the soccer.
no, no, hold up,
So,
because this is interesting, and we're also like so free in time because we're only like half an hour in.
I'm not. I gotta go to sleep.
So yeah, Dragic is 35 years old, but basically he's Slovenian, and in a Slovenian interview, like a TV interview, after he found out he got traded and stuff, he was like, "Oh, I don't really want to play for the team," and basically like they misinterpreted what he was saying. But I've heard he's a nice guy, and obviously he's gonna play 100% for whoever he plays for. But with a salary of 18 million in 2021, I don't realistically see him playing for us because we obviously have Fred Van Vliet, who's probably going to play as the point guard this season. Even though I think he was playing shooting guard for the majority of the season because of Kyle Lowry. Anyway, this is the main topic of the podcast. Um, Jason, I'll let you take it away.
All right. So we're talking about fan tokens, and to get more in detail, the company that facilitates the fan token. Oh boy, I'm gonna pronounce this now. Socios, Socios, I think.
Socios, yeah, Socios is
You
probably
think that's it?
or like
So they, eh,
Socois. No, Socios is better.
so they got some of the biggest brands and teams. Like for example, of course, they got PSG, they got Barcelona.
Um,
Um,
well,
it
a lot
says,
of them have closed apparently because I'm looking at like the bottom teams
mm-hmm,
and like it says that Atletico Madrid had it from January 20th to May 31st.
hmm.
Like a lot of them have ended May 31st. Juventus, PSG's ended May 31st. Maybe they're going to come back, maybe not. But I think a lot of them are still active.
So we got it says coming soon, like Portugal. Like they're gonna have a country on this,
Hmm.
and
Well, the Portuguese
oh,
national team.
yeah.
And they're not it's not just like Portugal. It's the Portuguese national soccer team.
All right, all right. Arsenal. So what I think, I'm not exactly sure, but when it says like ended,
Mhm.
I think that's the initial sale.
Oh.
So the the tokens create profit in two different ways for the team. Is one, the initial sale of the tokens,
Mhm.
and then two, the trading. There's a fee for trading it, like buying and selling it,
Got you.
and part of that fee goes to one socios and split between the socios and the team.
Got you.
And so to
That makes a
incentivize
lot more
people,
sense. Yeah.
so to incentivize people for purchasing these, when you purchase them, you get opportunity to vote. So you vote
Mhm.
on stuff like what the new jersey is. What These are just examples of stuff I've seen that they've teased, like jerseys, promotional things. But and some of these like
Yeah.
some of the market caps of these coins are insane. Like Manchester City, $450 million. That's
Wait,
like the
what?
total. Yeah,
That's
that's
how
the total.
much they made?
No, that's total value of all of it.
Uh,
Um, I think I saw that. I think Barcelona made like $5 million when they first
mm-hmm.
sold off they sold like the
Yeah.
initial sale of the tokens.
And just before people get confused if we didn't like say it right, what they have on their website, their like little thing to like explain what it is. Fan tokens give you the power to influence decisions of your favorite teams, unlock VIP rewards, and access to exclusive promotions, games, chat, and a super fan recognition. That's like what they have on their website.
Yes, it's not only to vote, but there's something about if you have a sorry, if you have tokens, you have a chance at winning like a super fan recognition where like you go and meet the players and
Is it one of those
so
things
on.
where you like spend your tokens?
No, I think it's just someone who has them gets them. There's also like
Oh,
events and
gotcha.
stuff you can do on the app to increase your odds.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to say about this is, do you think this is they're selling it as a way to get the fans to engage more with the team,
Yeah.
but do you think it's just teams and this company coming along to find a way for them to sell out and like a
Well,
pump and dump, like just to grab money?
I don't think this is a pump and dump. I think there's too much going into it. And they're also teasing a lot of like stuff. Like they have Arsenal, like, and they're still in their initial like buy-in.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a bunch of teams who are in it. I think this, if this is a pump and dump, this is highly illegal, and all these teams are fucked. But I don't think it is. I think it's just gonna end up being like an extra form of revenue and stuff. And obviously they're jumping on the bandwagon of like cryptocurrency and all that.
Uh-huh. Well, here are some of the voting options like Alfa Romeo,
Mm-hmm.
the racing team, F1 team. Here's like something you choose the new name of the meeting room of the Sauber factory. Abu Dhabi, uh, Austin, Monte Carlo, Montreal, Singapore. These are like the options you can choose. Like I don't really have any tokens, so I can't.
Yeah.
These are
How
like
do you even
the.
see that? The fuck?
It's on the app. You go to vote
Oh,
and you scroll down.
gotcha.
Um, what is it? Let's see this. Uh, oops.
Bro, you can't even do it online. What the fuck?
The app really sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it's very slow. I don't know if
Oh.
it's my phone, but I updated the app this morning. What should be the new brand name to be used by the official Goes Tep stores? I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
What Navi player do you want to see at the next AMA event? What corner flag should be used at the Allianz Stadium? Okay, in the
Allianz
match.
Arena. That's Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
I mean, like
by
this.
Socios against Atlanta
It's a smart idea because you're getting fan feedback, right? Think about it, right? Like you're one of these. Like let's say where I'm just gonna pick a random fucking team.
City.
Um, no,
Okay,
Fortuna. Okay, that was a bad team
City
because they're
has a
done.
token. City
Valencia,
has
right? Let's say you're Valencia, right? And you need, or actually Inter Milan's perfect because they're in this and they need money desperately. Let's say you need money, right? And you also have a,
Barcelona.
and you also have a huge fan base, right? Inter Milan has a huge fan base. If there's a way that you can make like that, you can get fan feedback and like you obviously change stuff and like give rewards to people and stuff, which they do anyway, but doing it while still getting money at the same time, I feel like that's kind of genius. I just don't think it's illegal. It's probably not illegal because they're doing it, but
Yeah, I think they got some good lawyers to look over this stuff. So here's what you get a disclaimer, initial disclaimer when you try to buy a token.
mm-hmm.
Uh, $CHZ, which I assume is their ticker for whatever socios thing, and fan tokens do not represent financial instruments or any form of investment product. These are meant to be used for entertainment and fan experiences only. You acknowledge that you're making a transaction on your own accord, having done your own research. If you have any doubts, please refer to our terms and service, seek professional advice, and abstain from transacting.
Yeah,
And it has agree or disagree.
but you could still sell, right?
Yeah, so you can buy and sell,
Yeah,
and
so
that's
they're
where they
not
get
like
their trading
locking.
fee.
Yeah, they're not like locking you into it.
But here's the thing about fine about fan tokens, and I think some countries have them banned, is because it could be seen as a form of gambling, right?
Yeah.
Like say two teams are coming up,
Hmm.
uh, two fan tokens I have open on my screen right now, Barcelona or
Is
I don't know the
Barcelona
difference
in
between.
this?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, bro.
I didn't see
It's
it.
like
It's probably one of the
so
first ones. Oh, it is.
yeah so or like PSG, Manchester City too.
Hmm.
Say you own some PSG and some Manchester City. So you decide to sell your PSG because you believe City's going to win. You put it on City because you
Hmm.
can see like the price influx. Like if you look at PSG right when like Messi, you can see the news coming. It just absolutely spikes,
Hmm.
and I think it rose. Let me see.
I would guess it probably rose 100%. I could see that shit doubling because of Messi.
I haven't looked at this website. So I think it looks about 70%.
Oh, close.
Yeah, which is insane. And
Hmm.
all time, the coin has risen like I think it was like a thousand, 1100 or something.
Hmm. I was
Damn it.
I like since you brought it up initially,
Mm-hmm.
I was really tempted to actually like buy some.
That's the mentality.
Obviously, this is me. I am not paid by them at all, but if anyone works for Socios and wants to
Get some free
sponsor
token.
us, I'd be down. But obviously we're not getting paid for this. We are also not professionals. Don't take our advice. I think that should save us from all legal trouble going forward for the rest of the
Yeah, I got
podcast.
bad advice anyways. Don't even listen to me.
Yeah, we all got bad advice. But yeah, I'm kind of tempted to. Obviously, I don't have much cash to play with considering I'm at uni.
Yeah.
But does McLaren even have one? They don't have it on the web. I'm like scrolling through. They have a lot of teams, but I don't see it. It's probably just on the website and they're not advertising it on the thing. Because they have two. Sauber, Alfa Romero and Aston Martin.
So Manchester City, all time is up 19%.
That's shit.
Yeah.
How much is it to buy right now?
28.49 Canadian.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's like $28.49 Canadian.
What the fuck? It's like two
Well,
euros for like other teams.
that's because it's just starting out.
Bro, I should just load up on Arsenal. Oh no, Arsenal's gonna dip. That was a bad fucking thing to
Well,
say.
if you look at the Manchester City price, it spikes like right off the beginning, but then drops down a ton.
Mm.
Like that would have been ooh, maybe if you sold at the top.
Did it
But
spike up recently?
okay, what happened? Yeah, yeah. What happened around like
Yeah, we signed Jack Grealish. That's it.
around in July, like July
Like
20th?
late. It was late July. I don't think it was July 20th. I
Because
think we would
after
have talked
July
about it.
20th, we start like a massive uptrend.
Did we talk about it last podcast? And I'm just being a schmuck.
Like it started at like $15 July 20th, and now it's at 28.40. So see, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't
This
know.
could be a form of gambling.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but at the same time, like gambling is like FIFA packs are technically gambling, right? But
Yeah, but
people don't
see
see it as gambling.
those, yeah, in the eyes of like the law, it's not gambling because it's not you're getting like a product.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's kind of like a little loophole, but it's
Yeah,
that the same thing with FIFA packs, which is really unethical. It's really gambling for kids.
yeah, it is. Straight up. Like at least like when you're playing Fortnite and buying skins and like a bunch of games,
Nah,
you like
that
know
okay.
what you're getting.
This is a whole thing I have about battle royale games are just one big loot box. The way the bus goes is a chance. The circle is chance. That you find the boxes on the ground. Oh, there's a chest here. I can hear it. Oh, it's only like a normal chest. Oh, I got a fucking burst revenue and get good shit.
Yeah, but
Next time
it's
I'll
just
get
like a way to get RNG into the game, so then like, not everyone has the same guns and it gets boring and stuff.
yeah, but that roll of the dice and the chance makes it way more addicting.
Is there a way
That's
that
what
you
I'm
could
saying.
roll the dice? for literally anything else that you actually have to pay money for.
Well, if you want to look at that, then you can just look at Apex Legends.
What do they
If you
have
want to
like?
buy, like, not only is the battle royale thing, which has that kind of chance in it
Mm-hmm.
and makes it more addicting, the
Yeah,
chance kind of aspect of it, but it also has like loot boxes like that.
they
Where
do.
you just yeah you if you want something like there's a heirloom and something I don't know what it is, you have to like spin it and
Oh,
buy
do
like
they have like a
hundreds of
similar thing
dollars.
to CS:GO? Is that what
Yeah,
it is? Yeah,
yeah,
and like League of
but
Legends has it too.
it's also included in like the battle royale type thing, which is proven to be more addicting because of the
Mm-hmm.
chance aspect.
Yeah,
Like yeah,
I don't know. It's just fucked. It's something that actual like professionals have to like talk about because like, bruh, like it is like I think FIFA packs are gambling, but at the same time, like how else are they supposed to get players to, you know what I mean? Like you're not just gonna spend
yeah,
actual money to get Messi. You know what I mean? That's like bullshit. You shouldn't just be able to be like, oh
mm,
yeah, $30, I want Messi. You know what? You shouldn't be able to do that. Like I don't think there's a way around it. But in the way Apex Legends has it, there's definitely a way that you could like get around it and shit.
yeah. I think you're right about the Messi thing, because other than that, what is it like? Maybe a an auction or something, but then like people
They
can't
yeah,
afford
like
that.
they already have that, but it's not real money. It's like in-game money, right? So you could get
Mm,
players that way, but how are you going to get players into the transfer market if people aren't opening packs?
that is true, man.
But because like I see the exception for FIFA because there is really no other way. But
Because
for
then it's just
Apex
pay to win
Legends,
bullshit.
yeah, it
Yeah,
would be literally
for
paid for
Apex,
paid.
for
Yeah,
Apex, like, those are cosmetics. It's literally nothing.
yeah.
Well, here's my take on the whole fan token thing. I think what they're trying to do is like raise money for the teams,
Mm-hmm.
which is an honorable thing to do. Like, get your money by any means.
Well, you're just getting
And
more money. That's what it
mhm,
is. Like for a lot of these teams, like looking at all these teams, like obviously there's like Fortuna Stuttgart. I don't know if I said that right. Is that Laguna or whatever the hell in
I'm on a different website.
Poland? I'm just on their website and I'm looking at a few of the teams that are on it. Like Bursaspor, like you got those teams and then you also got like PSG, Barcelona, all these teams, right? So I
Hmm.
feel like it's just a good way to get money and also have fans have input on like the team, like stuff that doesn't really matter when it comes to like actual performance. But like you said with like the um the Allianz Arena, like oh what corner flags do you have, right? Like I feel like that's pretty
This
cool,
is
right?
here's what I think this looks like. Logan Paul, the Ace family, the Nelk Boys, other YouTubers. They what they do is they're like, oh, we film vlogs, but we leave a lot of stuff out of the vlogs because it's not friendly for YouTubers. Some bullshit, right?
Hmm.
And so like sign up for our monthly subscription thing and we'll start posting our shit there. And then people go, oh crazy. And they make like $1 million off people
Yeah.
signing up. Like Ace Family, I think they made like a few $1 million off that. They got like a crazy fan base. This was before the social glove scam shit. Nut Boys and they did post stuff there and they had like some teaser things like, oh, fan one fan will get flown out. Just never in every case it never happened. And they just I've heard that those things that they're posting on there just like slow up and die off. I feel like that's what's gonna happen is with the voting system, is that
Hmm.
it's gonna be crazy at the beginning and they have stuff pre-planned out, but once the pre-flows, they're like, what are we doing now? And it kind of dies off and it just becomes basically gambling.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. I feel like it's a good way to make money, but I feel like the voting thing is just kind of gimmicky.
Hmm.
And in the end of the day, it's just going to be gambling. Because in my mind, when I first had it, I was like, fuck, when I hear about some, trade rumor, I'm going to just buy the fucking Manchester City stock. Or, well, not when they're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is not a financial instrument, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to just buy the Manchester City shit and then it's going to boost up and I'll sell it.
Hmm.
Like, I think, let me see the Barcelona.
I just hope that like it doesn't blow up in teams' faces, because like if there were a lawsuit, like I'll tell you
Mm-hmm.
straight away, like BSC young boys don't have the fucking money, or like Navarra Calcio doesn't have the money to be able to get like good lawyers to fight it off. But then you got the teams like City and PSG who have the money to be able to buy the lawyers to be able to fight this. When Manchester City almost got almost got caught on like financial fair play stuff, we actually had better and more lawyers than UEFA. Like, bro, how fucked is that?
Wow.
How fucked is that?
The whole lawyer scene and that kind of stuff is really just a bunch of bullshit. Like, it's like the presidential race. It's proven that whoever has the bigger budget is going to win.
Most of the time, yeah.
Well, with the exception of fucking what's his name, the Bloomberg guy, who he spent like $500 million in a few weeks, and then just
Yeah.
like had a shit. It's like okay, that's like that's the outlier. That's
Well,
the idiot
that
that.
was a scam.
Oh my gosh, that guy came in so late to the race and thought he could just pour money on YouTube ads. I just couldn't escape those YouTube ads, and I live in Canada, man. I don't even have VPN. What is this?
Wait, Bloomberg.
Yeah,
I
at
thought
least
you were
not a
talking.
scam.
I thought you were talking about that guy from like the '90s, but you said YouTube ads.
Yeah, man. Bloomberg,
Oh,
Bloomberg. What he did was he came so late into like the presidential race, and he thought that just buying
oh,
five
gotcha.
hundred million dollars worth of like marketing stuff and ads and like campaign stuff, but he was so late and didn't have his shit together that he just like threw that fucking money into the wind, and
Okay,
then
but
but
like,
he's
I,
worth so much money he just
he's
walked away unscathed.
he's worth
Yeah.
$59 billion, bro. It doesn't fucking matter.
But what I'm saying is like whoever has the most money is going to win. That's why I think it's a good idea to put salary caps on things because it becomes more of a strategy versus
Mm-hmm.
who can just fucking go into debt the most and who can just like, you know, under the table
Yeah.
get the most money and just do some
Cause like
scumbag
when
shit.
you said Bloomberg, I thought about that guy who like scammed a lot of people in the Wall Street, on Wall Street. He like
Oh,
that like giant
I
thing. It was like
mm-hmm.
huge. I think it
The
might have been,
Ponzi scheme, right?
yeah, Ponzi scheme, right? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm. I know
talking
what you're
about.
talking about. Yeah, I know the picture of him
And then
like
you
walking out
said
of the courthouse.
Bloomberg, and for some reason I thought of the guy who has those YouTube. But you started talking about YouTube ads, and I started thinking about
Uh,
that guy who was like, you know how I get this car, and he goes to his
oh,
bookshelves. I thought it was that guy.
I know this because I have not. Who the fuck has a bookshelf above their Lamborghini? That's so not
Like,
accessible.
bro, I thought you were talking about him for a second. Oh my god, I had to look up Mike Bloomberg.
No, Mike Bloomberg is the owner of the Bloomberg Network, and
Yeah,
the he doesn't make his money through the news channel or
yeah.
like he makes his money through it's like a special computer you get.
Mhm,
It's called the Bloomberg terminal. I think it's got like 200,000 people that use them, but they cost like 4 grand a month, 2 to 4 grand a month, somewhere in there.
mhm.
And it's like think of it, it's like the rich people internet. You
Gotcha.
can buy your car on there, you can see where all the oil tankers are in the world,
Mhm.
geo tracked, so like it's like traders like
Participate
wet
in. Oh, you know,
wet
I'm not gonna
dream.
finish my sentence. Don't say anything about illegal
Oh
shit on
yeah.
rich people thing. I was gonna say some shit, and I definitely would have got sniped or some shit mid fucking podcast, or as soon as I stop hitting record, sniped. SWAT team
Boom,
SEAL like
car bomb.
SEAL Team 6 comes into my burst into my
And
room.
they cut the power, like with big like wire cutters. Boom.
They're just listening to
Matthew
me on
gets killed.
rich people
Oh,
internet.
oh, oh.
Bro, they get
Yeah,
the
but
live podcast on rich people internet.
yeah, man, he made like a fucking killing off that shit. Anyways, if you look at like Barcelona fan token,
Mhm.
they got a market cap of $101 million versus okay, Manchester City. Where did you go? Manchester City's like I think it was a 60 million.
I think that's what you said. Yeah.
Yes, 60 million market cap.
So that's like how much money could be into that coin at once.
Well, I don't know exactly, but the fee is probably somewhere like below 5%. 5% really high. It's probably like 1 to 2%, or like 2%. It gets split between Socios and
Got you. Yeah, yeah.
not mentioning like what it's sold for. Like if you look at the beginning, FC Barcelona looked like it peaked at like $9.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Manchester City,
It's a 28.
like no, I'm saying at the very beginning,
Oh yeah.
looked like it was like $22.
Oh,
So
actually, is that what
Manchester,
200? What is this? CHC?
I think that's like the main token for socios, and I think you
Oh,
have to buy that and then trade into. I think that's how it
chills
works. Ooh.
in CAD. Oh, it was worth $11 in. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Okay, never mind. We move.
Do you have any other remarks on this?
Not really. You want to jump into the predictions for the first time in a little while?
Yeah, let's go.
We don't have obviously because James isn't here. We're not gonna work on a forfeit that no one even did. So
I'm gonna do no research
I know
because
for a
I'm
fact.
tired.
I know for a fact I'm just gonna lose it, and they're gonna make me do the forfeit. It is what it is.
Oh, this is a new thing, right? This is all new.
Yeah, this is a new season. Start from scratch.
All right, I'm doing no research. Fuck this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
Arsenal because I know
So
I've never heard Brentford before.
yes, the first game is Brentford versus Arsenal. Brentford are have come up through I think the playoffs, but I'm not 100% sure. They just got promoted from the championship, and Arsenal are Arsenal. So what are you saying? You're saying
One
one
nothing
nil
Arsenal.
Arsenal, and obviously we can't repeat. So what we're gonna do is Jason and I are gonna alternate going first, and then because James isn't here because he's camping, we're going to do the random number generator. Um, I was gonna find a way to put it on screen, but at the same time, I'll find a way.
I'll
Okay,
read it off. We're not cheating.
yeah,
Six
I'm
nothing. Brentford.
I'm gonna go
James.
2-1 Arsenal, just because Arsenal definitely have the players for it. Let me see if I can actually add it.
And the
News
random number
source,
generator says 100-0 for Brentford.
window capture, probably. News source, cause fuck it. Not Streamlabs OBS. I mean, I could go to this one
I've
for.
gotta go to sleep, man. I'm tired as
You know,
fuck.
fuck it.
It's
I'm not
6
even.
a.m. Wake up.
I'm not even gonna fucking add this. I'm gonna remove that. Yes, remove. Okay, fuck it. Random number. Okay, Brentford is gonna score 5.
Oof.
Arsenal are gonna score 5.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, if it's a tie, he still gets that. So
yeah.
let's hope
So
it's a
now
tie.
I'll go first. Manchester
Go.
United versus Leeds. Right. I'm just gonna double check these are the games because I did the very last minute. Um, and Brentford versus Arsenal is on Monday. Um, oh, this is the 7:30 game. Really? Yeah. So it is in fact Man United versus Leeds. I think Man United are probably gonna win this. I'm gonna go 2-0 actually. Manchester, which I hate to say, but it is what it is.
Fuck you, Manchester United. We going Leeds 1-0, baby.
All right. And then James kind of predict Man United
Ooh.
4, Leeds 5. It's really hitting 5 a lot.
uh, I think he's not gonna get the score right, but maybe the win's right.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Burnley.
Yep. Burnley versus Brighton. That's going to be an interesting game. I'm going to go actually 2-1 for Brighton. Mainly because I think that um Brighton might have fixed their goal scoring issue. Now, okay, is it actually fucking changing the number? Okay, 4-2. James thinks Burnley's gonna win 4-2.
You have 0 on the number generator, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
You didn't seem very confident with that answer.
Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Chelsea are gonna win this probably 3-1.
2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea definitely gonna win this game. And now let's see what James thinks. Chelsea 1, Palace 4. Get fucking boned. We're just shitting on James like so fucking hard.
Oh, what a fucking terrible pick, man. Oh my
Bro,
god.
what a dumbass. You're first for
Uh,
this one.
well,
Everton versus Southampton.
I would go Everton.
We're going Everton. Yeah, and of course we're trying to hurry this up because and it just passed an hour mark too. We talked a lot about fan tokens. Bro,
We talked a lot about Messi too.
I finished talking about Canada. That shit I saw 6 minutes in. I'm like, "Oh fuck, here we go." This is going to be like half an hour. So you're saying 2-1 Everton. I'm going to go 1-1. And James think it's going to be 5-0 Everton. It might be. You never know.
I think he's banking on the who wins, not the score, man. There's
Yeah.
just
But if he hits one, I'm going to be so fucking pissed.
I think we give him double points if one of them hits.
No, fuck no. Leicester versus Wolves. Leicester probably going to win this. I think it's going to be like but they have a new coach. I'm going to go 2-1 2-0 Leicester.
1-0 Leicester.
Yeah, I think Leicester are just too good with the Jamie Vardy up top. Oh, and 2-1 Leicester is what James is. Oh, fuck, that might actually hit.
Not bad.
That might actually hit.
That's not bad.
Your first Wolves versus Villa. Wait, how is that fucking possible? Watford. That's Watford versus Villa.
I'm gonna go Villa 2-1.
Damn, I was gonna go with that. I'm gonna
I read
go
your mind.
3-1 Villa. Just cause, they did sign a few really good players, Danny Ings, Leon Bailey. And James thinks it's going to be 4-2 for Watford. And he'd probably go for Watford too. That's the thing for this game. Shout out Ben Foster. Because Watford has a goalie who does YouTube videos. And what he does is he puts a GoPro in
Oh,
his
it's that
net.
team.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to start for the team because he is like 35. Let me check. How old is he? Because he is quite... He's getting there in age.
So he's just old. You
38.
don't give a fuck.
He's
He's doing him.
38. The Premier League allowed him to do it. So,
Really?
yeah.
Well, they probably have their own cameras in it anyways. As long as it doesn't mess with like the goal systems and shit.
Yeah. Like it doesn't affect it. So next we got Norwich versus Liverpool. Am I going first this time?
Yes.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to go with like 3-0 Liverpool. Just cuz I have zero faith in Norwich.
Yeah, 2-0 Liverpool. I never even heard Norwich before, so just Liverpool.
James thinks it's going to be 5-3 Norwich.
Oh
It's
my
hitting
gosh.
5 so much.
He's gonna be so upset with that, man. He loves Liverpool.
Oh well.
I feel like we should switch it for him. No, no, okay,
Fuck
no,
no.
random.
Bro, Jason, you could look back at the podcasts that you missed. He gave zero fucks about your scores. He was like, "Oh yeah, let's make it 6. Let's make it 0 out of 6." Bro, he gave zero fucks.
It's a cruel goal around here, man.
And
No
he was so
love.
pissed you
No.
actually hit some of yours and he was so pissed. Okay, anyway, Newcastle West Ham. I think you're going first for this one.
I'm gonna go with West Ham 1-0.
1-0 West Ham. Yeah, West Ham do look like a good team. They had a very, very good season last year. And Newcastle, I think they avoided relegation pretty easily. I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham. Because they don't have Lingard.
And James.
Oh, yeah. And James. That doesn't sound like a drum roll.
Sorry, I only got
2-0.
one hand. I gotta press push to talk.
He thinks it's going to be 2-0 Newcastle. Because I do it based on like the first number I click is the home team, second number away team, just so you guys don't get confused.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I've done it for
5-3.
I've done it the entire time for James, Jason. I've done it the same way.
Except you didn't calibrate for 0 in the first 3 games.
It is what it is. Next,
Who's
we
up
got
first?
Tottenham versus Manchester City. I'll go first because it's Man City.
Yes.
Obviously, my boys with the 2-1. Actually, no. Or I said it already. I kind of have to go with it, right?
No, you can do whatever.
No? Okay, you're being more relaxed than James is. I'm going to go 1-0 City.
I'm gonna steal your first thing, your first
Yeah.
instinct, and I'm gonna go with
2 to 1.
2-1 City.
2-1 City. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
class.
stole that. I stole that. You know, you're a diehard City fan. I think you know what you're talking about. You're
James
second guessing yourself.
James thinks it's going to be 5-0 City. You know what? He would probably go with that too in real life. Let's be honest. Come on. He's a hardcore City fan.
Why is it 5?
Bro, it's just should I make it 6?
So high hitting.
We
Now leave it
beat
5. The
we
number 10.
beat
This is what the number 10 we
yeah.
wanted.
We beat Liverpool 5-0 one time, so I think you'll like that scoreline actually. So yeah, that's an interesting round of predictions. We'll obviously hit you with the results next episode, and we're going to be doing it throughout the season as much as possible. I don't know when we're going to record podcasts during the week. For like next week, I don't know when we're recording it. Probably on Thursday because I'm coming back from the Coddy. But yeah, oh, we should have said this at the beginning. Make sure to like and subscribe if you made it this far. We're like an hour and 6 minutes in. You might as well like and subscribe. Turn that red. What is it? Red into gray. I think that's what they
Yeah.
say. Um, Follow us on all our social media. They'll be down below. I think you just got our Instagrams, Twitters, and my Twitch, which we did all the Canada games for the Gold Cup. We'll do all the qualifiers that we can if we're not at the game. Um, but yeah, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week, probably on Thursday or Friday. Can't guarantee you. Anyway, peace.